Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and it's been a while. uh, I am I'm working on a new routine that I keep losing on. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for not being here for a very long time. And yes, I'm on my bed. I'm on my bed. So I don't have my recording set up anymore by my closet. So I had to figure out how to make my videos again. And that took a bit. It took a bit of time. But I'm back. So yeah, I'm back. Sorry for being absent for quite a while. But today we're going to continue Koldo, the Arctic Warrior. Chapter 7, The Shield of Velmal. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Let me take a drink real quick. My nightstand is like all the way over there, halfway down my bed, so hey, I made it work. I made it work. Here we go. Dialer regained his senses and struggled to his feet. "Seize her!" he yelled. Freya aimed a kick that sent the old man sprawling on the floor again. Tom and Elena dashed to his side. The elders clambered off their seats and rushed towards Freya. She easily swatted aside the first man who approached her. Another came towards her, but she kicked him up and threw him across the room at the group of advancing men. "Are you all right?" Tom asked. Dialer helping him up. Tom asked Dialer, helping him up. The chief's face was pale. "Who is that woman?" he gasped. Freya was pushing her way through the crowd, scattering the elders with her fists and feet. Her savage movements were a blur, but the sound of her blows left Tom in no doubt that she was a warrior to be reckoned with. If she had been fighting for good, Tom would have admired her. But why was she using her powers to harm innocent people? "What does she want?" asked Dialer. The answer was obvious to Tom. Freya was beating a path towards the room's center. "She wants the shield," he said. Unskippable ad. Ugh. "She wants the shield," he said. Elena had lined up an arrow and was tracking Freya's progress across the meeting hall. "I can't risk a shot, Tom," she said. "I might hit one of the elders." Cries of pain went up around the hall as more of the Freeshore counselors fell before Freya. The mistress of the beasts had reached the shield. Oh, excuse me. She leaped up onto the ice altar. "This belongs to my master," she shouted, and snatched up the shield. Her face bathed in green light, twisted with cruel joy. Here is Freya, holding up the cursed shield. Elena loosened an arrow, which sailed over the heads of the elders, but Freya dodged to one side and watched it flash past. "It will take more than your knitting needles to stop me," she bellowed. Freya looped a scrap over her head so that the shield hung from her back, and leaped across the seats that Tom left Dylar's side and headed towards her, heaving himself through the crowd of fleeing people. Freya climbed the tiers quick as a rat until she reached the top. She was still a long way from the hall's only entrance. "There's nowhere to run," Tom shouted, drawing his sword with his left hand. "Give yourself up." Freya sneered, then lifted the shield above her head. She smashed its rim hard into the wall. A great crack opened up with an ear-splitting roar. Tom plunged after her, but the crowd was too dense. She hammered the wall again, and one of the giant ice blocks fell away. With a yell of triumph, she slipped through the crack and dashed out into the night. Tom looked back and yelled to Elena. "We need to go after Freya." Elena nodded and made her way towards the door. Tom climbed through the hole and perched on the ledge. He was at least 20 paces above the ground, but he could see Freya sneaking between two wooden buildings beside the meeting hall. How had she got down so quickly? But knowing he had Arcta's eagle feather to protect him, he jumped off the ledge and landed softly on the ground below. Holding his shield above his head, Elena emerged at the front of the building. "Did you see where she went?" his friend shouted. Silver was at her side, and Storm stamped his hooves. Tom pointed. "This way." They dived into the alley and soon emerged into the pine trees that grew along the slope. Tom had a hunch where Freya was heading. "To Koldo," shouted. The screams echoed around the village as news spread of the commotion in the hall. Tom caught sight of Freya, darting between the trees. The green glow of the shield flittered in and out of sight. Tom saw two men jump into her path, but Freya charged straight at them and knocked them aside with the green shield. Oh, excuse me. Could anything stop her? The yellow glow cast by the torches imprisoning Koldo lay ahead. Tom slid down a snowy embankment. He was sure Elena wasn't far behind, but he daren't stop. He couldn't risk losing Freya. He heaved his body through a snowdrift and over a small ditch, then saw his foe ahead. Freya had stopped and was facing him. Tom was pleased to see that she was breathless from her flight. So you're not invincible after all, he thought. Koldo sat dejected on the ice, the torches blazing around him. He looked even smaller than when Tom had last seen him, and was now barely bigger than a normal person. So much for this magnificent ice beast of Gwilder. The spectators backed away when Freya approached. "Don't come any closer," Freya warned Tom, "or your death will be certain." Tom drew his sword and held it aloft. "I'm not afraid of death, or you, for that matter." He took a step forward, but felt unsure of himself. Could he fight Freya with his injured right hand? The wicked mistress of the beasts slammed the green shield against the ground, and Tom felt the lake's frozen surface shake beneath him. Here is Freya holding the shield by Freya holding the shield while Tom is non-threatened by her. Not threatened by her. Took a step forward, ground, and Tom felt the lake's frozen surface shake beneath. He took a step forward, but felt unsure of himself. Could he fight Freya with his injured right hand? The wicked mistress of the beasts slammed the green shield against the ground, and Tom felt the lake's frozen surface shake beneath him. Several cracks snaked out across the ice. So that was Freya's plan. She struck it again, and cracked, and the cracks widened. Tom felt the frozen surface beneath his feet tilt dangerously, and he almost fell. "Tom!" shouted Elena. "Be careful, you'll fall through the ice." While Tom tried to steady himself on the shifting lake, Freya turned to Koldo. She placed the shield face down on the ground, then kicked it towards the beast. It shot across the ice until it was a few paces away from him. Within the fiery cordon, there was nothing Tom could do. Everyone was silent as Koldo stared at the shield glowing beside him. There was only the creaking of the ice. "Pick it up," bellowed Freya. Koldo looked at her. If he understood the words, he didn't move. Then he stared at the shield again. Were those tears in his face? Were those tears in his eyes? Or melting ice? He's afraid, Tom realized. He wants to be good. Take it, hissed Freya. Don't do it, Tom begged silently. Slowly, Koldo's hands reached out and gripped the shield. That was chapter 7. Huh? An old enemy. No, that's not it. The Shield of Velmal. Whew. Alright. Been a while since I read this, so might have been a few mistakes here and there. It's been a while since I've done these. Been a long while, actually. Oh, I do hope my brain remembers to record after these 3 videos. Hope my mind remembers to record after these 3 videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm supposed to upload every Tuesday and Thursday. But my brain hasn't been... Yeah. My brain hasn't been cooperative lately. So I try when I can. I try my best. So I hope you guys like this video. And I will hopefully see you next Tuesday? Right, next Tuesday? Yeah. Next Tuesday and Thursdays. Hopefully. Alright. Hope you guys like, subscribe. Hit the bell if you guys are interested in more Beast Quest videos or the Great Dragon Book. Right. See ya.